Hey everybody, you are live now. Okay, uh, hi everybody. Taco Tuesday with Ninja Steve. No one's here. I'm just gonna tick tock. No, I'm just gonna talk till someone responds. There's all these. Okay. Oh, and Kelly's battery's gonna go dead in a second. So, oh, hold on. There we go. Okay. Anybody there? Teresa, hi. How are you? Anyway, oh, four people. Okay, hey everybody. As you slowly, yeah, the camera is a hot mess. Luckily, well, we'll see what it's gonna look like. Yeah, it's just not. It's having trouble with focusing. But um, anyway, hi there, Facebook user. I don't know who you are, but hi. Let's give a little wave. Oh, you can see me on the other screen, right? Yeah. Anyway, any first timers here? Mm, hi, Julia. Hi, that's good. I'm glad you're here. All right. Yep, people are coming in. So listen, everybody. It's Tuesday, so it's Taco Talk or Taco Tuesday with Ninja Steve. Some of you are back. Sometimes you have full timers. You come in every Tuesday. I appreciate that very much. Hi, Robin. Oh, hey, Robin. And so today we have something. I have something fun for you. And I'm kind of going through my process here, so you should find it really kind of fun. So this is an old, whoops, Gothic clock that I've had for quite some time. I'm gonna pull the camera up a little bit. Yeah, and you're just gonna have to look at it sideways because if I put it this way, I'm not gonna get it all the way on the camera unless well, that's okay. So anyway, today already earlier, I sanded the whole thing. It was a light brown, and I can show you what it looks like. The face is going to fall off because I already took it apart. See, it was this kind of brown on the inside. Hey Oracle, how you doing? Glad you could make it. And I sprayed it black. And actually, I only put like one really good layer on it, and so it kind of looks like more like a kind of black or chocolatey kind of brown. Anyway, I'm going to take out the face, which I've already unscrewed from the insides, so that we can work on it. Now, Susie is on the other end of the computer. Um, Kelly said hi, hi Robin, and Kelly says hi. She had a great time in Tulsa, but she's off still doing things for that. But anyway, um, I'm going to send you, kind of walk you through this process because Susie and I'm sure she was laughing at me, maybe with me, but let's just say that. Hey, Sunday, how are you doing? Thanks. So listen, I started because I really wasn't sure what I was going to do, but I will tell you this is that on the bottom here, oh, the light really reflects really good. This row right here, so the details on this is that this is a curve right here. This is a curve, and then there's like a bevel, and then there's a this is a concave curve, this is a convex curve, then there's the flat thing here, and then there's this thin little ledge that makes the pedestal to the bank, to the bank, to the clock. And so I'm going to put a row of crystals here, and then there is no, I'm not gonna. That's a bevel. I'm not gonna do that. And then I'm gonna do a line of crystals here on this bevel, on this little shelf thing, not on the bevel. Those will stay nice and clean. So look, I already started, and it looks so good. So I'm not sure if how this is probably looks like crap on the computer, unfortunately. No. So anyway, I am using Black Diamond Shadow 30s. Let me pull it up better. Okay. And then I'm using what am I using? I'm using Rainbow Dark in between. I believe Kelly calls this a premium fill. Thanks Sunday. Um and so this is 30s and there's 8s in between. That was the The 30s and the 8s is also what is on the Mardi Gras cup. But anyway, so I was like, okay, I want to do this. I picked up my colors. I wanted to do something dark because to me this is a Gothic style clock. I could have simply gone with jet black, which could have been fun or whatever. I'm not really sure, but yes, premium grid fill. Oh, thank you, Susie. So I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. So the grid will go all the way up and around the top and down the other side. But I was thinking the grid is not going to look so great on here because, yeah, if this was all straight, yeah, it'd be super cool. But because it's let me get on the camera. Because it's rounded or partially domed, that means the lines are going to get all it means all the edges around here are all going to be filled with so many filler stones, and it might be okay. But hi, Leanne. I'm not. I don't think it's going to be so great. So what I've decided is that I'm going to do sprinkle fill on the face here, and keep the premium grid all the way around, plus with the accent lines of the grid down here. And I probably will do rainbow dark, a line here, and either do rainbow dark here or use the black diamond shadow on there. But I think it should be kind of cool. So here's a little thing. As I started this, I was like, I measured out my stones. I dry fitted them. Hi, Carla. Just which means I just placed them down with no glue or no nothing, just to see what the spacing would be like. And uh, I found out that there's 19 SS30s across, but there is a small little edge here that doesn't meet, which I'm not upset about. As Susie helped point out to me, I could decide either to keep the space in the back or in the front, but I decided to leave it in the front because when I do the sprinkle fill, and what I will do is that this is only 30s and 8s, and on the sprinkle fill, I will use some of the 30s of the Black Diamond Shadow, and then do 20s, 16s, and 12s. And then with the Rainbow Dark, I'll probably use as 8, maybe 8 and 12, just have uh, a suggestion again. But have that. And now I've already dry fitted this. A 16 will fit in with the where the Rainbow Dark would be, and where the Black Diamond Shadow, a 12 will fit in there. So the thing is that I can either continue my the same design, which it would be the Black Diamond Shadow and then the Rainbow Dark, Black Diamond Shadow, Rainbow Dark, or I could, and you know what? I'm not going to decide this till I finish the top part, finish this, and then I do the front because maybe it would be nice just to do random, um, random, just randomness, just random. That's would be the word. Random means just pick anything. Uh, because the thing is that what it will do, it will kind of the sprinkle fill, which is totally random here, will start to get pulled in to the back design. And although this is very precise and it's going to be super clean, and this is going to be a different texture, I think it will look pretty cool because this line will form a border for the rest of the of the tops of the grid fill. So I have choices, and I tell you, I'm not going to decide that till I finish this and start doing the front. I could either do all Black Diamond Shadow all the way around. I could do all Rainbow Dark all the way around, or I could do random and not a sprinkle, but just random, like I told you, 12s and 16s fit into this spacing really perfect. It will bring it right out to the edge here. And so for me, this is a visual thing. So what I'm trying to tell you is that you can plan, and some projects are you can plan to the exact T. Thanks, Oracle. I appreciate that. But I'm like, as Susie well knows, and everyone here at Crystal knows, I often create as I go. I'm like, this is my idea, but like I think it should go in a different direction. Um, but I think this is going to be super fun and super cool. Now, you anytime you're doing a grid, you want to make sure your lines are perpendicular and horizontally. Another Facebook user says hi. Sorry, because it only says Facebook user. We don't know who you are, but maybe Susie can tell. But anyway, um, so there are a couple of ways to check your lines. I'll t I'll tell you that kind of the cheat way is the easiest way. So first of all is to look down with this would be my eyeball. I'm looking down and making sure, got some wet glue there, making sure that the lines are straight. So I'm looking down the camera angle. Let me see. Yeah, basically that would be your eyesight. And you can kind of see if any of the lines are zigzagging. Also, you have to remember it's a 30 and an 8 and 30 and 8. And as long as you keep if it when the glue is wet, it's easier to move them around. And also, I there is a little indentation. Yeah, you can see that on cameras. You see, there's a little indentation of the wood, the front part glued to the top part, and I'm making sure that the space for the 30s are pretty much exactly the same. You can remember with most crystals. Hi, Diana. Um, is that the crystal, this is an SS30. The size could vary a little bit, so there is going to be there could be some wonkiness, but you cover it up by adjusting space, or certainly in a sprinkle fill it really doesn't matter because you just fill in the space with a smaller stone. But since I'm using the back, I want to make sure I want to make sure both sides are a perfect straight line, but this is easy. So as you can see, there's a ledge here. So I'm using my end of the picker or the pointer or the placer, pusher inner, that part of the katana, and I'm literally dragging it along the back of the clock door, perpendicular, and it's not hitting any stones. So if any stones were hanging off, then they would be moved back in. If you have nails, you could also take your nail, or you could use anything flat, really. You could take anything flat and just, this is a little ninja tray, but you could use a measuring stick. I don't know, anything that's flat. Like I said, you could really just use your nail and just go down. And so I made sure my spacing was really good there. So it's quarter up. So I am going to lay down, uh, Renee. Is that how you say your name? Hello. If I butchered it, I'm so sorry. So I'm going to put a little pile of, yeah, you can see that, of the SS8s. Ah, Um, here's something kind of teaching you something totally backwards. So remember, there's many roads to Rome. You're on the highway, or if you're on the back roads or whatever. So I really wasn't sure how many bags of SS30. There we go. No, it's how many bags of SS30 I would need to cover this whole top. And so, because I'm in no specific rush to get this done, although, sooner than later, this is how my method of attack. And because I'm using grid, and I know that Kelly would have a calculation for grid, but I was like, well, if I was doing this home, how would I do this? So a bag of SS30 has 288 pieces. So I'm laying down one bag of my SS30s. I'm going to measure how many inches it is. So basically, the length from this end to the other end over here is 21 inches. I figured that it takes four. I get 4 inches out of one bag, which means I would need five plus a little bit more. So say 6 bags altogether to do to cover this thing. So what I'm trying to tell you is that if you have a project where you're using one or two size stones, like a grid, which you really are only going to use one size stone, and in a grid, I could not have put in the SS8s. That was this is called a premium grid, so it elevates the grid. If I was just using just all, I think, yeah, I could push that one down. Then I would dry fit a bag, and that would tell me how many inches it took, and then I would just measure the surface area and divide it by the inches, which would be one bag. So I determine 4 inches is a bag, 21 inches. I need five. I need actually 6 bags to cover the whole thing. All right, I need some glue, which I didn't put at this stand-up desk. So talk among yourselves. No, I can hear you. I'm just running over to my desk. Oh my God. Susie, talk to them. Entertain them. No. Anyway, I'm still here. Hopefully y'all sorry about that. So yeah, I could use fusion tack on this because this is a um well, it's a clock. It's going to stand on a table or well, I don't have a fireplace. Well, we have one in the background, but it's just going to be stationary. So fusion tack would be absolutely, and it would be fine for the wood because um, because it would. It would be fine. Would. But anyway, I'm using two-part epoxy uh, because because it's going to have a little extra gloss to it, and as you can as you can see, and probably not so maybe great on the camera, it's super pretty. I mean, I can't tell. I'm really just really pleased with this combination. So I'm just putting on a small section of glue and then I'm going to work and then you'll see how quickly it moves forward. So always you are going to feather. I'm covering the edge even so I am not going to put any stones on it right now because it will um, it will all have the same gloss, all the same shine. So that's important. Okay, so I put down some glue. Going to feather, 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 feather. Put this aside, and here we go. So, yep, this is the drying wallpaper part, people. Take out your hot chocolate and enjoy. So, no other comments, questions, something. So anyway, this is a super, you know, cool, fun thing. This clock I've had for actually a number of years, and I just thought, oh my God, the shape is so cool, and I wasn't really sure what color. I mean, let's face it, if you redo it, it could be, yeah, you could be sanded and restained, and it could just look like an old clock. But why not make it fun, make it interesting? So here we go. So I want to make sure, yep, that is perfectly flush. Gonna throw in these eights and I'm putting them into the crevice, the area between 30s. And although I, oops, it'd be nice if you don't hit the side of the thing you're working on. What's the size of the stones? So the black diamond shadow are SS30s, and then I'm using SS8s for of rainbow dark for I can't, I don't know if the word would be a filler, but it's the space filler on between the 30s, because if I didn't, there would be a teeny tiny little diamond shape that would be open. But so this is like it elevates the grid. So let me just check. Nail. Yep, that's all good. Loving the explanation. Oh, I'm glad that's helping Sunday. I appreciate that. So, but the thing is that this actually moves super quick because, whoops, um, I already established my lines and parameters, so I know what I'm looking for. And when I put in the 30s, they will readjust if the eights are a little bit off. And you want to always make sure that no matter what, that this edge and this edge are what you've established the edge should be. And again, you can then look straight down. It's hard to show on camera, but I would put this up to eye level, make sure that the lines are perfectly straight. Um, as a extra, I won't say as a bonus, but as an extra to make sure. But because I am paying attention to this border and that border, I feel confident that my lines are nice and straight. Let's see, anyone else? Yeah, I'm using a two-part epoxy. It's only because, listen, we all have like a favorite katana or the katana or the kubotan or the tanto or something. And when it comes to glues, when there's, I mean, obviously you use different glues for different surfaces, but I do like the two-part because it's going to be super hard, permanent, and shiny, and that's what I want for this project. So so there's starting to be a little bit of let me pick this up a teeny tiny bit. I know that unfortunately it's a hot blurry mess on camera. Don't don't know why today it kind of sucks, but it's not as clear as it usually is. Um, what was I saying? I have no idea. I talked myself into a box. Okay, yeah. So I can see that this is off. Now it's not. So checking my edge. I could basically see by just looking at it. Like I said, it's a little blurry, so you might not be able to see it the way I'm seeing it. Ah, that's what I was going to start to say. It's starting to have the curve. So I noticed that I had to pick up the front of the clock, well, the other side of the clock, so gravity would keep on pulling things down because that's going to allow for no this is all it's not dry, but it's more drier than where I just put the glue, so it's going to hold the natural gravity of pulling down the stones. So let's see, I think I'm almost done with my first pack, and I'm just going to uh yeah, okay, let's see. Straight, 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 straight. Good. Let's see. Anybody have anything to say? Nope. So we're just going to continue on with this, and I don't know how much I'll definitely do this next week because um, if it's busy here at Crystal Ninja, I won't have much time to work on this. I will do my best to actually finish the top because and then we can like explore doing the front live and like decide, are we going to do this or are we going to do that? So, but like you can see, this goes pretty quick, uh, and that's just nice because this could be like this could get I won't say thrown together, but this could get done rather quickly. If this was alive in the morning, then I would just continue working and um, we would you'd be like, whoa, it's already almost done. Okay, double checking that line. I want to make sure that it's vertical and throwing on those. Okay, let's see something. You're stressing to start a premium film. I've done other patterns, but the premium film looks like no, absolutely not. If you've done a grid before, or even if you haven't done a grid before, you can do this. I mean, if you want to like practice on something, okay, that's my one package, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15 rows. Is if you were to practice on a surface um, where you had established lines like on your project, whatever, on this side and that side, and maybe even a couple of in the middle or something, and you just made use those as your guidelines, then if you don't feel confident about just checking with your eyeball, looking down the it's called like the barrel of the gun, as they say, looking down the side and seeing how it looks, then those lines would uh, keep you on track. And really, this is it's kind of in one way this grid is almost like a it is a type of honeycomb at the same time because the 30s are fitting between the 8s and that would be a honeycomb, but the 30s are directly on top of the other 30s, which makes it a grid. So how about that? It's a honeycomb grid. No, but maybe that's why we call it premium. But the thing is that no, I'd say just do it. Come on. Or, definitely use Fusion Tack um, or to do something, and that it gives you plenty of time to practice and move things around. But also, if you don't like it, then you can easily just take it apart. Where if you're using two part like I'm using right now, this when this dries, I'd have to take a chisel or a screwdriver and a hammer to get these stones off. So I mean, maybe for your first one you don't want to do that, but no, you got this. I mean, if you said you've done other types of fills, then and if you've done honeycomb, well then you know what to look for in honeycomb because you have to make sure your lines are straight on that because you could work your way around your project and then your lines don't meet. So I'm gonna say you can do it. That's what I'm gonna say. So, so Sunday, yeah, you can do it. Don't worry, you got this. All right, do I have one more? Yeah, I do have one more on the table. Okay, cool. So I put glue down. I think I have like, let me see. I got like actually four more rows I can do. So I'm using my nail. That fits really nice. Cool. Am I still on camera? I'm still on camera. It's blurry as all hell. But there you go. Whoops. Okay, that fell upside down. I'm still going to use it. I'm going to wipe it off on my table or my neoprene mat. or I could have just left it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it right. So let's see. Um, yes, Oracle, it's CG 500. Susie will can correct me, but I think we have the Universal back in stock, or it's going to be in stock the next couple of days. That's also a two-part epoxy. I just I like CG 500 is because I've used it the most on projects. So again, it's just something I'm familiar with and I know how it works as far as drying time or anything. So if I have a if I have a stationary project, oh, there's all lots of chit chat. I missed that. So the thing is that uh, if I can, I will use it because I like to use it. You know, like I said, everybody will have their favorite glue on certain types of projects and and the tool that they're using to pick up. And but I just I really like CG 500. Um, and anyway, next week, at least, yeah. Let me say, I'll do my very best to finish. Yep, no, to finish the top for next week, so I can at least show you that, and then we can start out working on the front. So it will be something else. Uh, well, you're welcome. Should be oh, so sorry. Universal will be uh, in inventory soon. The thing is that it's if you have CG, if you I mean you might already have CG 500 at home or Universal or maybe another two-part. Um, again, it's kind of your favorite thing. As I said, this is an old wooden clock, and normally we prep projects by sanding it and whatever. Well, I did sand, but I sand and painted it, so I'm not going to sand it again. And also because this is something that's going to just sit and be looked at. Um, so I didn't have to use the two-part. It's just that I prefer it and I like it. So that's what I got. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, thank you for stopping by. I've got one more row. I'm not going to bore you with one more row. Um, but thank you so much. And let's see, there's a little conversation going on there. Oh, thanks for the likes and hearts. I appreciate that. And I look forward to, first of all, I'm super forward to see what this looks like because I have to tell you, it's really pretty. It's super pretty. the, excuse me, the rainbow dark, it just has this like purpley, goldy fuchsia, like blue, like this little undercurrent of color when it moves. Like it's not looking so great. Maybe when I'm done, I can I don't know. I always find it take a picture of something to show you what it all looks like. But I don't know. It's super pretty. Thing about the black diamond shadow is to remember with this stone is the fact that it's both it's like transparent where you can see through the stone, so it has a sparkle that's on the inside, and it's also reflective on the top, so it has dimensional. And I'm all about texture and dimension. So when you can add, depth or just something a little more interesting, I think that's super cool. Like you have face value, you look at it, and you're like, "Ooh, that's pretty," and you get closer, like, "Ooh, I didn't notice that." So I think that's super fun. Okay, I'm rambling now, people. So anyway, thank you so much. There's a little hand wave on the other camera waving, if y'all see me. And thank you, and see you next week. Fingers crossed. You got it. Bye.